Hello, I'd like to make this card with you today. It's a very easy card, not much cutting or anything to it, and it's just DSP and a little bit of ribbon, and you cut out your sentiment and just color the truck. So what you'll need is a piece of Very Vanilla, and that measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I have scored it at 4 1/4, and we'll just fold it in half. Let's burnish it with bone folder. And then you will need a piece of basic black, and this measures 5 1/4 by 4 1/4. No, I'm sorry. The Very Vanilla was 8.5 by 5.5. Yep, basic black, 5 1/4 by 4. All these measurements will be on my blog, on my website. So if I've messed up, which I'm good now. So it's 5 1/4 by 4 for your layer of black. And then you will need a piece of the wood grain DSP, which comes from the Wood Textures Designing Series paper stack. It's a 6x6 stack, and it's got a bunch of wood grain textures in it. Perfect for man cards. I love it. Okay, and that is it for that. And then you'll need the other piece that this was 6x6, so I saved a piece of it, and we're going to use that for the sentiment. And then another piece of scrap for the background of the sentiment, for the background. And then you'll need a piece of burlap ribbon, which measures about 3 inches for just behind your sentiment. So let's get started. Oh, the sentiment and the stamp set, let me show you those. The stamp set I'm using is Country Living, and I'm using the truck. For any guy card, you could use the boots or the guitar or the truck. And then for the sentiment, I'm using the Truly Tailored, which is in the new Occasions catalog, which is available to until the end of March. Oh no, sorry, end of May. And this is all dad stuff. So I'm using Today's Your Day, Celebrate in Style. And they have a punch to go along with it, which will cut out these perfectly, and also cuts these out as well. So you could use it for Father's Day or birthdays or anything for a manly card. Okay, so let's get started. And we're going to start with our wood grain. And I already have the stamp that I'm using out. And I'm going to use the archival ink. I've got a piece of foil or something in that. Oh, now my nail is going to get black. I bet it's a piece of glitter from my nail. Alright, we stamp it up. I think I'm going to do it this way. Don't like these thin pads. There we go. And I'm going to stamp it lower on this one, because if you notice, when I did this one, it's almost on top of my truck, so I need to bring it down lower. So we'll bring it down to here. Kind of in the center, but near the bottom. There we go. Perfect. Now let me wash this off. I don't like leaving black ink on my stamps. There we go. And what I did with this was I colored it. You can use an aqua painter, and this is actually a repurposed Wink of Stella brush. It still has a tiny bit of glitter left in it, But what I used it for was I dumped the whole thing in here, filled it with 2/3 alcohol and 1/3 water, and then I dumped the whole container of the Wink of Stella in there, including the ball bearing, to make a shimmer spray for my cards. So we're going to use this as our aqua painter. And let's start with the red. So we're not using the aqua painter actual brush, but it's a good way to repurpose. So when yours runs out, you could what am I doing? You could use yours for this very same purpose. Just fill it with water. If you really wanted to, you could rinse it off a few times, you know, and dump it out. But a little bit of glitter doesn't help anything. Hurt anything. So, all right, and then I just proceeded to just color real quick. It just gives it like a water wash. A tiny bit of color. You can't even see the glitter, although it's a very, very little amount. Color the top, down the front, and down there. To the side. You don't even have to color the whole thing, just giving it a little water wash here. I'll do this piece here. And that piece there. That just needs some more. It keeps soaking through. There. That'll do for the red. And then just wipe your brush off like you would your regular water aqua painter. Then we'll use green. You just squeeze the top of your thing and it leaves you a little pool of ink to dip your brush in. And then we're just going to color the grass. Not color, just kind of go over it. Gives it a little green tint. Sort of all soaks in. Now, wipe your brush off again. Could use a paper towel, but I'm using the corner of my paper here. That's good. The Early Espresso. I did the wood grain on the side of the truck here. In the dark wood. Really cute old-fashioned truck. I remember seeing these driving around. Haven't seen one in forever now, but had a lot of wood on it. And do a little strip there. Let's do this little box. And that is good. I'll clean my lids off later. For the black, I'll just pull it off the edge here. Just do the tire. Just a little hint of black around the tires. Of course, I'm not going to do the white wall part. Looks like it's got a white wall. I'll do the grill in the black. Yeah. Okay, then we will have just some like gray, which I'm substituting for like a silverish color, but it's just gray. You do the fender. And the light. And the back fender. And there's our picture. That will work. Okay. So I hope you use that idea when you use your Wink of Stella brushes up. Repurpose them. Alright, so now I need to do my sentiment. So we're using this one. Today is your day. And I will, this is kind of dark. I'll do over here. Today is your day. Celebrate in style. Clean off my stamp. There we go. And then we will punch that out. I'll do. And now what I want to do also is punch out this black piece while I'm here. And what I did with this is I cut it in half and just spread it out. So, because it's the same size as the sentiment, so we want to like put a gap in the middle of it like that, and then just put our sentiment over. I do need the brown again and a sponge. I'm going to just sponge the edges. So just take it and just gives it that old look. Like that. And then on this, I'm actually going to rub it from here. Just gives it a little bit of depth, color around the edge. And in the corners. I always start with a lovely, nice, fresh mat, and I forget I'm going to sponge and make a mess. I should put a scrap piece of paper down, but it's all right. There's plenty more where they came from. Right, that will work. So now let's we'll put our tape down here and stick the ribbon down, or the burlap. I might need a little bit more. There. That's good. Set that aside right now and put these together. And what I did for this was I just put some glue on the back, spread it around. Some liquid Tombow, and put it so it sits up a little bit here and there. Push it down. Boy, it dries quick. It's because I spread it out, didn't put it on in clumps. There, I can move that one. Good. Alright. Now my fingers are all sticky. Now for that I popped it up on a couple of dimensionals. I just put 2. 1, 2. And we'll put it here. That's good. And then we just take our base and we'll attach the basic black cardstock with fast fuse. Only because I'm all out of snail. But I like using fast fuse when I'm using cardstock on cardstock. It seems to hold it better. And we kind of try and center this on here. About like right there. And then we'll take our Designer Series wood grain paper. And do the same thing. Let's center as best you can. No, can't get him off now. He's on there to stay. But that's the card. Now that is so easy to do. Not a lot of fussy cutting or anything at all. And it's a nice man card. So there's the two of them. I thank you for watching. All the measurements and instructions will be on my blog as well as the video. And you can find my blog at my website. It's stampingnana.com. If you'd like to shop for any of the products, I will have those listed as well. And you can shop with me by clicking on them and it will take you to the store. I appreciate you watching and thank you very much. And you have a great evening. Bye-bye.